Wow. That was a hell of a game. I was glad that my first Super Bowl party at this house had a game like that. I mean, one for the ages, first ever Super Bowl to go to overtime. Of course, the Patriots go on to win. Epic comeback, greatest comeback in the history of the Super Bowl. I feel for the Falcon fans. You know, we all share. We're all kind of like a brotherhood. You know, as a fan base waiting for their first championship, and of course, you know, we both share that common bond of losing to the Patriots in one of the Super Bowls. But you can't take anything away from what the Patriots have done. And you know, I always said Jerry Rice was the greatest football player I ever saw, and I do have to. You know what? And I don't think there's any shame in saying this. You know, right now I put Tom Brady up there. I put Tom Brady ahead of him. You know, and it's not just because he's won a lot. It's just that competitive fire the guy has. And I know there's all this, you know, Deflategate and the, you know, Spygate and everything like that and whatever. But you still got to win. You still got to play. And that's all that guy's done throughout his career is win. I mean, you know, that passion, desire that he has on the field. You see that at the age of 39, like he was when he was, you know, beating the Rams in that Super Bowl in 2001. It's like that same passion, that same drive. And, you know, here in Philly, we love players that play with passion, that have that kind of drive, that have that kind of emotion to win and do nothing but want to win. It doesn't always work out that well here, as it seems to work out in New England quite often. But you know, we love those type of players. I mean, Allen Iverson, Brian Dawkins. I mean, the list goes on. You can talk about, you know, Chase Utley, those type of players. You know, that just had that passion, desire to win and play every game like it's their last. And we have a lot of respect for that. And you know, I do think that there is something to be said about how Tom Brady plays and how he plays his position without a whole lot of great, you know, Hall of Fame caliber receivers every season around him. He just finds a way, and you know, you gotta respect that. I mean, to me, I use the analogy in that Super Bowl. He was like Rocky. I mean, he was. You know, what better analogy to give around here than Rocky? He was knocked on the canvas so many times in that game. He got back up in the fourth quarter, and he's the one that, you know, is left standing at the end. He's the one that throws the you know, the haymaker to win at the end. I mean, um, gotta respect, you know, how he played that game. Gotta respect how he just kept doing his thing, you know, and um, you know, I don't think there's any shame in saying that. I never really saw Joe Montana in his prime. I mean, I knew him more as a Chief than a 49er. So I never really watched him do his thing in the Super Bowls. And to me, Tom Brady's probably the closest that I'll ever have to watching like a Joe Montana type, you know, quarterback play. Um, and you know, he got us once. You know, of course, in '05, but it was a great game. I mean, the one thing I'll say about the Patriots, this grouping of Patriots is, boy, they play in good Super Bowls. Every game it turns out being close with some, you know, crazy ending, and for the most part, and it's just, you know, it's great theater, and you know, I have a feeling there'll probably be to at least another one before time's done. um, you know what, that team is, you know, as much as you know, I'm not happy that we lost to them in '05. You know, you do have to respect what they've done, and it's been over 2 decades of winning, of dominance, and I wish we had that here. I really do. I really do, with any of our teams. But certainly the Eagles. That's something that, you know, you guys know. My season of the fan series. I'm an Eagles fan, and I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. So you know, congrats to the Patriots. You know, congrats to Tom Brady, Belichick yet again doing it. Um, it's amazing what they've done. It really is. You know, as an outsider looking in, you know, seeing just how they do it is like, man, you know, you want that. You want that for your team, and got to appreciate it. I mean, they are the evil empire, but you know, you got to appreciate. You got to tip the hat sometimes to where it's due, and you know, they've earned it. They've certainly earned it. So congrats to them and their fans. I mean, all their fans are pretty used to this by now, I would imagine. But congrats to them. Sorry for the Falcon fans out there, man. I was pulling for Matt Ryan. I was pulling local boy. I was pulling for him. But you know, might not be his last time around in the Super Bowl too. So, we'll see. So yeah, but a great game, and I was just glad there was a great game. My first the Super Bowl party at my house. It was, boy, if there was one to start, that's gonna be tough to top next year. Super Bowl 52. So Ben Simmons apparently changed his Instagram icon, and he's got a wolf now. That's one of the pictures he tweeted out, or Instagrammed out, I should say. I'm holding it this way so you can kind of see that icon there next to his name. He's got an angry-looking wolf there. So, I don't want to, not for nothing, but Fergus says thank you there, Ben. Well, you never know when inspiration's going to hit. Not saying that Fergus had anything to do with it, but you never know sometimes, right? Anyhow, yeah, it's hard to believe that um, Valentine's Day is a little less than a week away. I don't have a Valentine, so I don't have to worry about any kind of jewelry or chocolates or dinner or something like that. To take flowers and all that comes with Valentine's Day. Don't have to worry about picking any of that up. So maybe some year, but 2017 yet again. Just gonna enjoy the night by myself. There, just gonna watch some TV or something. Not have to worry about all the Valentine's Day stuff. But no, you know, when you talk about Valentine's Day and this time of year, it's all about love, right? And so, what is it that I love about collecting? Well, I mean, obviously, I think the easy answer for that is just the thrill of the hunt. It's just you never know what you're going to find, where you're going to find it. Whether it's online, whether it's in a store, whether it's what have you. Like I said, online, the sites, the eBay, obviously, the groups on Facebook, just all sorts of outlets out there for us to continue to build our collections. And I really do. It's something that I've always enjoyed, and whether I was collecting Mighty Mouse or now, obviously jerseys for the last how many years, 10 plus, 15 plus years I've been doing it, and there's always that just that unknown. Like you don't, you never know when you're going to expect to find something and that next item to pick up, and a lot of times it's those rare things too that you just you know you're like, well, this is so hard to find. I'm never going to be able to find this, but you keep looking, you keep searching. The next thing you know, it's in your closet or on a rack or on you. You just never know. It's like that '96 Jordan All Star. There were times I'm like, I really want to get this, add this to the collection, but man, it's so hard to get, so hard to find, and I hope they reissue it. I hope they reissue it, and then of course, come to find, some weeks ago, yeah, they did, and I was able to pre-order one, and that's the beauty of it. Is just you just never know when something is going to be added, a rare item, and it's just that thrill of the hunt, thrill of the search. And even though I know people have their issues with Mitchell and Ness, and I get that, but I still get excited. I still get excited for the stuff that they put out. Oftentimes, there's things in there that they put out that I would like to add to the collection. Whenever I get my hands on it, maybe it's for a sale or something. But yeah, I mean, you still have that little that kind of that kind of thrill in there when you see the next grouping and think, hey, this is what they're going to be putting out. It's like, oh wow, they're making this, they're making that. There's still that excitement level, and even in the custom game. I mean, I a couple of sellers on eBay. I I follow or people that companies do custom jerseys. These companies in Canada, and they just do amazing stuff. And I one of the companies I have yet to buy from. I've only had them on my hit list for like it's got to be 5 years or so, maybe more. I have yet to buy anything from them, but they make a ton of them, and it's always cool to see the hockey. They do hockey and baseball, and yeah, it's cool to see it. I hope to get some stuff, at some point. Um, but it's that's the thrill of it. It's just you see something, you get like excited for it. It's like, wow, this is really cool. Like I have this, I can hopefully someday I'll get this in the collection. Um, and it could be just a real rare item that just you happen to get, but from another collector or you know, eBay or wherever, just out and about, and you see something in a store, it perks your interest. You just never know where it's going to happen, and there's so many things in my collection that jerseys that are rare, hard to get, and they're hanging there on racks and in closets and whatnot. And just the other day, I had my Mitchell and Ness Sprewell on, and the Warriors, the limited run they made some years ago, and people are like, "Well, where'd you get that? Is that a champion? Where was that one from?" And I say, "Well, it was Mitchell and Ness. They made it. They made it some years ago. It's a hard one to get. I got from Mike Ciotti. Shout out to him, fellow collector out in Pittsburgh, and a couple years ago. And it's one that I love to have. It's one in my collection that I'm happy to have and proud of because, yeah, I mean, there's a nice little story of it. It's a hard to get jersey. It's a limited run. It's a jersey that they have yet to reissue. So yeah, it's one of those that people who have it appreciate it, and there's a lot of people out there who love to have it, and I'm one of the lucky ones that have it. And yeah, it's just one example of one of the rare jerseys in the collection that I have. I mean, it's just, but that's the love of it. It's just whether it's a rare jersey, whether it's not such a rare jersey, it's just something that means something to me, and that's the thing that I love the most about collecting it is just the thrill of the hunt. Like I said, just searching, looking, never knowing where that next item is going to come from, and the stories that sometimes come with getting them. And obviously, it's something not everyone understands. People who aren't collectors, they don't get it. My parents still don't understand it. um, but at the same time, I mean, it's something that I love, and it's something that I hope to continue to be able to do, and as long as as long as I can, it's something that I still have a great passion and love for. And I guess, long story short, and I always do go long here, but long story short, the love of it is just that thrill of finding that next item and adding it to the collection and searching and finding things that you just weren't expecting to find, weren't expecting to add to the collection, like that '96 Jordan All Star. Just something that I wasn't expecting to get when I got it, and they're be in the mail at some point. So that's the love of it. That's where the love of the collecting certainly goes for me. And you know it's like I said, it's a love and it's a passion, and um, I'm happy to continue to do it, for sure. Yeah, sometimes I notice these ads on Facebook for like T-shirts, different T-shirt companies trying to sell stuff. I got an Eagle shirt through one of these ads before, through one of these companies before. It was like a Michael Myers Eagle shirt, slasher Michael Myers, not the comedic actor. um, so I actually saw this one, and I just thought it was really cool. Like I love the graphics on it. It's a movie that I really liked from my youth, and I've seen it many times since, and I mean, the graphics on this are just crazy. So here it is, Legend. It's a movie from the '80s, directed by Ridley Scott of Alien fame. Tom Cruise is one of his, I think it's one of his first roles in a movie. Tim Curry plays the villain there. You see the villain right there, pretty prominent on the front of the shirt there. Darkness. Really, really cool. Love this shirt. Love the graphics on it. Just amazing job. I got this from T-Chip, is the name of the company that made. I think they were just doing it as like a startup or something like that. And like I said, it just brought back the memories, so I had to have it. So yeah, I mean, one of the great villains in cinematic history, I think, is his darkness there. Tim Curry did a great job. I mean, the makeup he had to wear for it was pretty insane. But pretty cool villain there. Pretty cool movie. It's an 80s movie, so it's a little dated, but it's your typical kind of fantasy adventure type movie. But it's worth a watch if you haven't already seen it. I mean, you got the unicorns on there and everything, so you have a lot of stuff going on in there. I really, really like this shirt. I was glad I was able to, kind of stumble across it. And once I saw it, I knew I had to pick it up. So there it is, Legend. There's Darkness right there in all his glory, and Jack, and the unicorns and everything going on there. So really cool. Nice little pickup there. Not non-jersey pickup, but certainly a nice little cool pickup there.